Imagine flipping a switch and watching water pour from your faucet. It's the most mundane act in the world. But what if I told you that simple glass of water is actually the liquid gold of the 21st century? While everyone was busy chasing AI chips and electric vehicles, a silent group of giants has been quietly monopolizing the one thing humans cannot live without. We are talking about an industry where customers literally cannot say no. Today, we are following the money trail into the world of blue gold. We are investigating three titans: Ecolab, Xylem, and American Water Works. Between them, they control the flow, the purity, and the very infrastructure of life itself. But here is the mystery. Why are these boring utility and service companies suddenly outperforming the hottest tech stocks over the long haul? Is it a necessity, or is it a perfectly designed trap for your capital? Let's grab our magnifying glasses and look at the first clue. Think about the last time you stayed at a Marriott or ate at a McDonald's. You probably didn't see the name Ecolab anywhere, but they were there. In fact, they are everywhere. Ecolab, or ECL, is the silent guardian of hygiene. They don't just sell soap, they sell a closed-loop system. This is a fancy way of saying they lock a customer into using only their chemicals, their dispensers, and their monitoring software. Once a hotel installs an Ecolab system, switching to a competitor is like trying to change your DNA. It's nearly impossible. This creates what we call high switching costs. This means it's so expensive, or a headache, to change providers that customers just stay put and keep paying. Ecolab currently serves over 3 million customer locations. According to industry reports, they have a footprint in nearly 25% of the global food and beverage processing market. That is a massive amount of control. But where is the money actually going? Let's perform a financial autopsy. Imagine a large industrial food plant pays Ecolab $1,000 for a month of water treatment and sanitation services. First, take away about $280 for the raw chemicals and hardware. That's the cost of goods sold. Then, subtract $308 for the sales and service army. Ecolab has 25,000 field associates, the largest private army of water experts on Earth. Now, subtract $120 for administrative overhead and research into new patents. Take away another $40 for taxes and interest on their debt. What's left? A final operating profit of about $180. That is an 18% margin on cleaning water. It sounds small until you realize they do this millions of times a day, every single day, with 90% recurring revenue. Recurring revenue is just a professional term for money that shows up every month automatically because the customer is subscribed. But if Ecolab cleans the water, who moves it? Enter the second suspect, Xylem. If Ecolab is the soap, Xylem is the pipes and the brains. Their ticker is XYL. They specialize in smart water technology. This is the use of sensors and data to find leaks before they turn into disasters. Did you know that globally, we lose about 34% of all treated water to leaks before it even reaches a home? That is called non-revenue water. It's literally money leaking into the dirt. Governments are desperate to fix this. Xylem's revenue hit approximately $8.1 billion last year. They are riding a wave of government spending. Under the U.S. Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, over $50 billion was allocated specifically for water infrastructure. Xylem is the primary beneficiary of this taxpayer-funded windfall. Now, let's look at their efficiency. We need to check their ROE, or return on equity. This is a ratio that shows how much profit a company generates with the money shareholders have invested. Essentially, it tells us if the management is actually good at using your money or just sitting on it. Xylem has been aggressively acquiring smaller tech firms to boost this number. They are turning dumb pipes into smart grids. But there is a catch. All this technology is expensive. When a city spends $10 million on a Xylem system, where does that $10 million go? Roughly $6 million goes to manufacturing and parts. $2 million goes to specialized engineering and labor. $1.5 million goes to sales and corporate costs. After the dust settles, the net profit is around $500,000. It's a capital-intensive business, meaning they have to spend a lot of money to make money. But because the government is the buyer, the checks never bounce. However, there is a third player that doesn't just provide the tech or the soap. They own the water itself. Meet American Water Works, ticker AWK. They are the largest publicly traded water utility in the United States. They serve 14 million people across 14 states. This is a regulated monopoly. A monopoly is when one company is the only provider of a service, and regulated means the government sets the prices, so the company doesn't gouge people. But here is the secret. The government guarantees them a profit. In exchange for maintaining the pipes, American Water Works is allowed to earn a rate of return on their investments. If they spend $1 billion on a new treatment plant, the government allows them to raise your water bill to ensure they get that $1 billion back, plus a healthy profit of around 9% to 10%. Think about a family of 4 in New Jersey. Their water bill might be $70 a month. That $70 is split with surgical precision. About $25 goes toward the massive interest on the debt used to build the plants. Utility companies carry huge amounts of debt because they are capital intensive. They require massive physical assets, like dams and reservoirs, to function. Another $20 goes to the electricity and chemicals needed to pump and clean the water. $15 goes to the staff and local taxes. At the end of the day, AWK keeps about $10 as pure profit. It's a slow, steady, and unstoppable wealth machine. They have increased their dividend, the cash they pay out to shareholders every year, for decades. So, what is the hidden structure here? Why are these 3 companies winning? It's because of the water scarcity premium. By 2030, global demand for fresh water is expected to outstrip supply by 40%. This isn't just a climate issue, it's an economic reality. When something becomes scarce, the people who control the value chain become incredibly powerful. The value chain is the total process of getting a product from its raw state to the final consumer. In water, Ecolab controls the purity, Xylem controls the movement, and American Water Works controls the ownership. But is this a safe bet for you? Let's look at the valuation. We use a tool called the PE ratio, or price-to-earnings ratio. This tells us how many dollars an investor is willing to pay today for every $1 of the company's profit. Currently, water companies often trade at a PE of 25 or 30. For comparison, the historical average for the stock market is around 15 to 18. This means water is expensive. Investors are paying a premium for safety. They are betting that even if the stock market crashes, even if a recession hits, you will still brush your teeth and drink water. Now, consider the human element. Imagine a small business owner, a laundromat operator. Every time water rates go up by 5%, his margins shrink. He can't stop using water. He is a price taker, meaning he has no power to negotiate the cost. This is the flip side of the blue gold rush. The profit for the investor is a cost for the citizen. In countries like the UK, water privatization has faced a massive backlash because of aging infrastructure and sewage leaks. The mystery we started with, why these stocks are so successful, is solved by one word: inelasticity. Inelastic demand means that if the price of water doubles tomorrow, you will still buy it. You might complain, you might shower less, but you will pay. Looking toward the future, the game is changing. We are seeing the rise of desalination and water reclaim. Desalination is the process of removing salt from seawater to make it drinkable. It is currently very expensive and energy-hungry. However, companies like Xylem are investing heavily in making this cheaper. We are also seeing digital water, where AI predicts pipe bursts before they happen. The risk? It's regulatory risk. This is the danger that the government might change the rules and cap profits, or force companies to spend billions on cleaning up forever. Chemicals like PFAS. The EPA recently set strict new limits on these chemicals, which could cost the industry billions. So, here is the bottom line. The water industry is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is a fortress strategy. It's about owning the most essential resource on the planet and charging a small fee over and over for eternity. If you want to protect your wealth, you look at the flow. If you want to take a risk, you look elsewhere. But remember, every time you hear a drop hit the sink, someone, somewhere, is getting paid. The real question for you is this: as water becomes more expensive, due to crumbling infrastructure and climate change, do you want to be the one paying the bill or the one collecting the dividend? Tell me in the comments, do you think water should be a private commodity or a public right? It's a debate that will define the next decade of investing. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can follow the money with us. Thanks for watching and stay hydrated.